Hello and welcome to another video, and today we actually are displaying these barricades from WarGamma today. And as you can see, this is what they look like. You get 4 walls and 4 extra shields out. And sadly, this bag that I got from WarGamma had a few miscasts, but I gave him a quick call. As you can see, it's not fully cast, but I gave him a quick call and I got this in the mail today. So I'm going to go ahead quickly build these. Actually, I'm going to show you first how they look like with all the little screws and stuff. So this is the worst you could probably get with extra flash and stuff. You have some bottom stuff that I can just tear off with some clippers, and you have the little uh, connector. I guess that's called the vent, and then this is what it looks like, the subs vent, which is much easier to deal with for hobby purposes. And so just gonna snap these things off with my clippers and go ahead quickly build them to show you that we have 4 walls and 4 uh, walls without the connecting piece in the middle. But the one thing I like about these things is that they go well with towel, which is, I bet, the theme of this barricade is designed for. And WarGamma does really great work with making different types of barricades. You have one that will fit well with Necrons, Eldar, both Eldar and Dark Eldar, and Orcs. I actually like the Orc barricades more because they're so beautiful. And but I decided to pick this up since it could go well with my Tau Force that I have a small number of Tau Forces that I have like 1,000 points, but they're mainly allies. So as I worked on this model, this is a resin piece, by the way. So the best thing you want to do is, of course, get yourself a hobby knife, of course, some clippers. There it is. And then, of course, a couple files here and there to work on models when you're working on resin. So I'm just quickly building one because I do have a couple tips and tricks that I want to show you when it comes to gluing the walls together, especially if you want to keep it as level as that. So as I'm going in and out of my way to get rid of any mold lines that I don't want to see when I prime, that one's perfect. Actually, I don't really need to work on any of the new walls because I can just prime them. I just want to make sure that the edges of both the top and sides, like you can see that there's a mold line here. Once I focus, yeah, you can see the mold lines there. But with your hobby knife, that can easily be scraped away. Or if you have that fancy scraper, that also will work. So I'm just here working on this model, trying to get every nook and cranny, all the mold lines here. There's a nice big one, and getting nice and clean surfaces. So when it primes, it looks nice. Yes, we got that ready. Now let's go ahead and glue a wall section up. Now, when it comes to making the walls as nice and line up as they are, what I like to do is actually have the two pieces laying like that, and then with the middle connector, of course, how it's pictured, they have this little piece in the front of the barricade. So what I have here is I just go ahead, put some glue here in this wing, or not this wing, this cover here, and then just put the middle piece right there and just have it soak with the super glue. And you do the same with the other side, and you just lift these things together. You line them all up to your best abilities. Okay, that's lined up. Now to line up this, and then just leave it there for a couple minutes. If you're impatient like me, and if you use the what is this thing called again? And this man, I totally forgot what this is called. Instant glue fixture-uppy. Man, as you can see, it's already nice and lined up. I just have to clean up this little thing that's in here. But that's basically all it takes to build a barricade. Not very much is needed. And this is actually what the turret would look like. Turret was nice, just a lot of mold lines around the guns and stuff. But this does look like some good fusion blasters. That's the closest that it would look like, except they don't have barrels. They just have little flat heads. But you know, you gotta work what you got. I actually like these weapons here, and like little control panel here in the front. And here they are. Both of them are, all the walls are primed white. And I'm gonna go ahead and paint these up as my colors for my tail, which is a gray outline, red under the secondary color, and then white decoratives. And it goes opposite for the elites, where they have white and a red secondary and gray as a sort of marking. So the way I'm going to do this is for my gray, since it's already in a white base, I'm going to put some Dawnstone and then water down black for the recesses, or I think it's black and then red, or gray. And then for the red, I'm going to do ahead Deston red, and then the Wild Sun red. And then for the white, if I do end up going over, I can fix it up with the Celestial Gray and then follow it up with White Scar. So I'm going to go ahead and paint these up, and I hope you will enjoy it. I'm going to show you how it is done. So, like always, get your little palette. My palette happens to be a sleeve. I tend to use those card sleeves as a palette. I have some medium, which is always good to water down your paints, and a water pot. So I'm gonna go ahead and start by using the biggest brush that I have, which is a large brush. I'm gonna go ahead and get some black. Alright, so I start out with some black paint, and I'm focusing here, and I decide to go ahead and paint the little risen area in the sides, and then that middle part black, or it's gonna end up being a dark gray. So I'm gonna go ahead and paint as neatly as I can around the white center, and also the parts that I will paint red later on, which are gonna be where you see the whites in the sides. And after getting the black done, it's basically done in one nice coat. Of course, getting your paints all watered down will help you achieve that. And now I'm going to go ahead and start Mr. Red, which is Mr. Son Red. And just doing the same thing as I did with the red, just slowly going around the edges, and I'm painting all in the middle. And that's how that is achieved. I'm going to go ahead and paint the black sort of gray. I'm going to put some of the black in the mixed in with the gray. You can see that's how it's all done. I'm going to go ahead and put a black wash all in this, so I'll see what it looks like when it's all done. What I'm going to be doing with the barricades here, and it does match the creeper, my troops. And then next, painting but now I'm going to go ahead and do the barricades here. And I was thinking of doing this mainly all gray as well, with a few red and so on. So I'm going to go ahead and do all this in gray. So I got my gray paint. And I'm going to go ahead and mix it in with the black, because I'm going to go all careless when it comes to painting this. Trying to get it in every nook and cranny, so when I wash it, it doesn't leave like a very black stain, because it will just be covering the white. So I'm trying to cover as much of the model as I can with spray paint, mixing it around by adding some black or not adding black. And then next is just working in between the guns, the barrels, and all that. And I'm going to go ahead, make sure I get everything in, and the next step will be the red. Alright, I am back, and go ahead and move everything back, and relax my shoulders a bit, and I'm going to go ahead and paint things that I want red. So as I start painting the models red, I decided to go with anything that's extended from the guns itself. You can see the ammo box under the where those little vents are, and also the front of the red piece. And I'm just going to go around the model. Anything that I find I believe would be red will be painted red. And then for the bottom piece, I just started to do the four wings red as well. And that's all it takes to paint all the red paints. And I am back. Welcome. And one thing I didn't show in the video once I was done painting the red is I went ahead and used some Noel oil to basically wash the model black. And so I decided to do it with the red too. I was thinking of doing it with a different shade, but I decided that's fine enough for me. And this is what pretty much they all look like. As you can see, they look pretty nice. They look like they're ready for the battlefield. Even did it in the back. As you can see, it's more more darker than it was when I painted it. And the one thing I feel that is needed is to, of course, touch up what is messed up with the white in the middle. I'll probably paint it a different color than white. I'd have to really think about it. I'll probably paint it gold. And then the weapons, they all look pretty fun, as you can see from the light. And all that I need to do is just paint the rest. But I'm gonna go ahead and paint the rest on a live stream over at the Hobby Hangout group. And so this is basically the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more videos like these, from 40k to War Machines to any tabletop wargaming that there is in the world. This is Mario, and I'll see you in the next video.